gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Atlantic City's Convention Hall, courtesy of Caesars Atlantic City, where tonight, main events, along with your undisputed, undefeated king of beers, Budweiser, in association with Panics Promotions and Ziggy Promotions, presents an evening of professional boxing for your entertainment. All the bouts you see tonight are sanctioned by the New Jersey State Athletic Control Board, Boxing Commissioner Larry Hazard Sr. Let's get things started, ladies and gentlemen, with an 8-round bout. This is in the welterweight division. The 3 judges scoring this contest on the 10-point must system will be Calvin Claxton, Larry Layton, and Paul Venti. And when the bell rings, your referee in charge of the action, Eddie Cotton. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing blue trunks trimmed with black and weighing in at 153 pounds. His professional record, 9 victories with 4 KOs to his credit, against 2 defeats with 2 draws. From Miami, Florida, here is Alex Quiroga. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the green, silver, and red, and weighing in at 149½ pounds. This 1996 U.S. Olympic team member is now undefeated with a record of 6-0, all 6 victories by knockout. From Oxnard, California, here is the undefeated, ferocious Fernando Vargas.
All right, boxers, I expect a good, clean fight. Protect yourself at all times. Let's touch gloves.
One more quick word on the opponent, Quiroga. In his 13 previous bouts, he's never been knocked out, but he has not had a ring assignment for a year. Fought in September of last year and lost a 10-round decision. He said to us, "I'm only 26. This is an opportunity to rebuild my career in one night, so I take the chance." Vargas, for a 19-year-old fighter, Roy Jones, is as relaxed in the ring as anyone I've seen at the welterweight level.
Very calm, very precautious. He never takes crazy chances. I mean, he just seems like a veteran. He seems like a very good student of the game.
He won a national amateur title at 16, the youngest fighter ever to do so.
Left hook there by Vargas. Partially because of the fluid left hook, there are constant comparisons to Oscar De La Hoya. He doesn't like that terribly much and wants ultimately to pay it off for himself by fighting De La Hoya and beating him. But of course, virtually everybody in the sport under 160 pounds has that ambition.
Not an easy task to perform, though.
Right now showing a well-educated left hand, hard jabs, followed by a hook.
All 6 of Vargas's knockouts so far in the first or the second round. So you don't want to go to the kitchen quite yet.
The good thing about this guy for Vargas is that he's a good opponent because Lou Duva knows him, I'm sure, inside and out, having sparred with many of his former champions. So Vargas has to go in here and perform, but he has to also look like somebody promising, or else it'll be a letdown for him in some sense.
A dozen former Olympians from the class of '96 have turned pro. I understand that collectively their record is about 90-0 after a year. A few of them have already stood out as potential stars, as professionals, incling Floyd Mayweather, Zab Judah, 140-pounder, David Reed at 154 pounds.
Scored a knockout just down the boardwalk last night, 46 seconds of the first round against Jorge Vaca.
And this young man here, Vargas, of all of them, I'd like to have stock in Vargas.
I agree. And part of that is because the opportunities that'll be available to him if he's able to continue to progress at this weight level and one level up at 154. I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility that Vargas at some point in his career could have chances against De La Hoya, against even Pernell Whitaker if he hangs around a little bit longer, against Terry Norris, against Felix Trinidad.
And the list goes on.
Quiroga makes it out of the first round against Vargas. And there's the ubiquitous Lou Duva.
When you're popping a jab, start looking for the 1-2s.
Coming up in the very next fight, yet another fighter with stardom on the horizon. Cuban defector Joel Casamayor, Olympic gold medalist at 119 pounds back in 1992, was favored to win that gold medal again in 96, but he defected to the United States as part of the Miami-based all-Cuban Team Freedom just a couple of months before the games in Atlanta. Southpaw, as you can see.
Very promising southpaw.
Vargas landed 13 of 29 jabs by CompuBox numbers in the first round, 27 of 52 overall for 52%. All in all, a measured, relatively cautious start for young Vargas against Alex Quiroga.
Vargas is performing like a seasoned professional here. He doesn't look like a guy who's only been professional for 1 or 2 years.
Just missed with that right hand over the top. Quiroga throws a left hook to the body. Vargas has blocked a lot of Quiroga's offerings so far. Solid right hand by Vargas. Follows with a left hook that lands and a straight right over the top. Just missed. And now right hand lands over the top for Quiroga, and Vargas is going to have to get a little bit more careful about his left hand.
And Lou Duva knows this. This is why he put him in with this guy. He put him in to see exactly where he's standing, to let him see where he's standing. And it also be a big confidence booster for him to beat someone who's sparred with the likes of Pernell Whitaker, Hector Camacho. This says a lot about a guy.
Yeah.
Left hook combination by Vargas, first to the rib cage and then to the head. Quiroga still there and fires a right hand.
That hurt Quiroga.
All right, stop punching. Good job.
I had heard that Quiroga had trained very well for this fight, seeing it as an opportunity, and it shows because some of those punches he wouldn't have survived if he wasn't in top condition.
Trainer Eleazar de Leon saying, my fighter knows how to fight. No young guy's going to embarrass him.
Quiroga is complaining that he was thumbed.
Okay, stop punching.
Referee Eddie Cotton.
Sorry, I know you got to go.
And Quiroga still squinting with the right eye as Cotton motions him to keep going, and now Quiroga truly bothered by the right eye, and that's going to make it tough for him to stop Vargas's lightning left hook.
Yeah, he has to find a way to survive this round, get back to the corner, and get ministered to.
Fewer than 20 seconds to go, as you can see in our TVKO clock. Quiroga still squinting with the right eye, and Vargas alertly firing the left hook.
Yeah, Quiroga is panicking here in this situation. He's been sparring with all those guys. He should know by now not to panic.
It's with the gloves attached at the thumb. You don't often see somebody get thumbed anymore. It was an accidental thumbing in which he must have caught him with the side of the glove, Roy.
Yeah, it was an accident, but it does happen.
Suck it in your nose. Come on.
Let's see if we can isolate the shot that did the damage.
There it was, clearly a thumb. The same thing happened to me in the Griffin fight, the first Griffin fight.
He just sort of grazed the outside of his eye.
And it's a bad feeling, but you still can't panic.
You catch it just right or just wrong, and it can swell pretty fast.
Dig into the body and stay inside.
You hear me? Go where that double hook.
You stay inside. Get rough with him, man. Get rough. Get rough with him, Alan.
So young Vargas journeys into the third round of a scheduled 8 against Alec Quiroga. And already Vargas has been stretched to a longer distance than at any other point in his pro career. And I think if you're Lou Doobie, you're probably happy to see that. Get some rounds.
And that's why I think Lou picked this guy as an opponent for Vargas.
Solid right cross. Vargas has got a pretty good chin. He's taken some heavy artillery early.
He just took 3 stiff punches.
Stop punching. Hands free.
He hasn't been in a fight like this as a professional. We'll see how he reacts.
Seems to be holding up pretty good so far, though.
Remember, Quiroga in 13 pro fights has never been knocked out. So Vargas is trying to do something no one else has done. And Vargas's early reputation and mantle of glory are such, even at this early stage of his career, that
Stop punching. Good job.
going the distance, 8 full rounds, would be seen by some as a disappointment, even though it would probably be a useful learning experience for him.
Yeah, it would, because he just learned one thing just a few seconds ago. He moved straight out after his combination. He was caught by a right hand, because you never bag straight up from an opponent after a right hand.
Back out at an angle, right?
Left or right, and whichever way you go, still you go to low.
Let him go. Let's go. All right, stop punching.
Lou Duva asked his fighter to get rough in this round. Wants to see a little bit more freewheeling from Vargas, and you heard Quiroga's corner telling him to stay away from double left hooks.
Now you see Vargas moving left and right when he's attacking.
Come on, let's go.
This is the smartest thing he can do. That'll keep him from getting hit when he's coming straight down the pipe. A steel target is much easier to hit than a moving one.
Vargas pretty comfortable when the two of them are fighting in space in the middle of the ring. Like a lot of young fighters, he's less certain of what to do once he backs his opponent into the ropes.
Stop punching. Good job, folks. Nice. Okay, let him go.
Double left hook inside by Vargas, and Quiroga wraps his left arm up in his own right hand.
The body shot seems to be taking effect on Quiroga now.
Let him loose.
Well, not to mention that his right eye is swelling both above and beneath the eye, product of all that left-hand punishment that Vargas has been dealing out. Quiroga alertly tries to get to Vargas.